So this is how I critique a keycap. Over here, we have the Submarine Nautilus by trmk. This is a gorgeous keycap, but why is it gorgeous? So when I'm looking at a keycap, there's a couple things that I'm looking for. Cracks, bubbles, little gouges, and pits inside of the keycap. This one is really interesting because this keycap does have bubbles, as you can see here. But what's really strange about the bubbles is that the bubbles don't seem to be on accident. If you look very closely at the placement of the bubbles, you can tell that they're directly above the other two circular patterns on this keycap. That tells me that these bubbles were placed. Using bubbles like this is a gamble on materials. Every time you mess up a keycap, you're not only losing your resources, but you're also losing a lot of time. Huge gamble to take using bubbles like this. It's almost like controlling fire. Now, these bubbles might not be real. They might be little translucent beads that are inside of there. They could be some sort of resin effect. Regardless, the end product is it looks like there's bubbles trapped in here on purpose, which is really crazy. Second thing that's standing out to me about this cap is that little blue holographic gleam in the middle. Now, you might think that's not a big deal, but when you turn this keycap on its side, it becomes very, very difficult to tell where and why that gleam is occurring. It could be a layer of translucent resin, it could be some sort of hollow foil. There seems to be multiple of these keycaps going around. The fact that each of them are placed like this is kind of mind-boggling. A couple other details that I want to point out is this resin modeling on the side of the keycap, this blue and black portion. Now, traditional marbling doesn't really do this. It kind of folds in on itself. This modeled effect is something different entirely. I'm not quite sure on exactly what he did to achieve that effect. Small details like choosing the colors. Choosing colors is very, very difficult. If he misshaded this brown, it could have very much easily looked poopy. But because of his eye and how he blends the colors together in the macro of the keycap, it looks much more rusty, which is the effect that he was going for. Aside from that, I'm looking at the butt. There doesn't seem to be any pits or scratches or holes at the bottom. And another small detail, when you're grinding stuff down and you have stuff incapped at the bottom, usually it's not flush like this. This part right here tells me that he's exactly where he wants to be in terms of the ink cap itself. Y'all did a really great job on this keycap. It's super technical, the colors are on point, the effects make it really interesting to look at. I think it's an amazing keycap overall. If this video helped you to understand and critique keycaps, please hit the like, follow, and I'll see you guys on the next one.